In a world that rewards momentum, standing still feels like a mistake. Modern culture assumes that if you aren't moving fast, you are falling behind. The demand for immediate results creates a bias towards speed, blinding us to the slow, heavy mechanics of long-term growth. Lena exists outside this cycle. She spends her mornings standing perfectly still in the rain, looking into a bookshop window called the Lantern Room. To the students who mock her, she is a passive figure of pity. They assume she is simply waiting for a miracle that will never come. Look closer, and her stillness reveals a strategic, hidden form of active power. Active patience begins with the decision to endure. It is a deliberate psychological stance where the individual dictates the terms of their own struggle. Lena practices this daily. Despite the cold and the hunger, she reads a single damaged book for exactly 10 minutes every evening, building a rigid internal structure when her external world is chaotic. This contrasts sharply with men like Mr. Carter, whose wealth allows him to be loud and demanding. He has the resources to bypass obstacles, but lacks the inner resilience required to stand in the rain. Mrs. Grace, the shop owner, watches Lena's quiet discipline. She understands that while respect for books is a virtue, only applied patience has the weight to actually shift a person's destiny. True endurance is the daily decision to show up and perform when every rational impulse suggests it is time to quit. This is the capability curve. While visible results remain at zero for years, an invisible reservoir of potential builds beneath the surface. As Lena earns Mrs. Grace's trust, she moves from the sidewalk into the shop, using the access to accelerate her learning. She cleans covers, organizes the inventory, and studies the difficult words Mrs. Grace writes in her notebook. She treats these menial tasks as high-value training for a future she cannot yet see. She works without the expectation of immediate pay or public recognition, focusing entirely on the precision of the task itself. This is the high-efficiency mechanism of the patient. They compound their skills in total silence, while their competitors are distracted by the need for validation. The ultimate test of this training arrives when a winter storm shuts down the city, leaving Lena and Mrs. Grace alone in the dark. Mrs. Grace collapses behind the locked door of the shop. Lena is trapped outside in the freezing floodwater with no one to help her. Years of enduring the cold have conditioned Lena's nervous system. While a person used to instant comfort might freeze in a crisis, Lena's history of solving the small problems of survival gives her the clarity to solve a big one. She doesn't hesitate. She runs through the flooded streets to the only open pharmacy and orchestrates a rescue with a delivery driver, using the same quiet focus she applied to her books. The medical report confirms the margin of her success. Her swift action saved Mrs. Grace's life by exactly 10 minutes, the same amount of time she spent reading in the rain every night. Lena's years of patience were not a period of waiting. They were the training required for her to become the savior in the room. The thousands of hours Lena spent mastering difficult words and filling notebooks after her shift eventually produce a tangible return. She earns a full scholarship to a university in London. As Lena prepares to leave, Mrs. Grace points out the true nature of her achievement. Lena didn't wait for her life to change. She spent years making herself ready for the moment the door finally opened. When Lena returns to her hometown years later as a teacher, she doesn't return to settle scores with those who mocked her. She returns to expand the cycle. She opens the door for a new generation, offering the same patience and opportunity she once received. If life feels like it is delaying your success, view it as a required incubation period. True patience is the act of relentlessly building your character while the results are still invisible.